Janet the dog lived at the edge of Maple Hollow, where the breeze always carried secrets. Every morning, she sat by the old oak tree, listening to the rustling leaves, her ears perked and tail gently thumping on the soft grass. One bright morning, the wind whispered something new. It carried a faint giggle and a curious phrase, "Follow the breeze where sunflowers tease." Janet tilted her head and barked softly. A mystery? How exciting! Janet packed her little explorer's pouch with a biscuit, her favorite squeaky pebble, and a tiny notebook made of leaves. With the wind in her fur, she trotted down the winding path lined with bluebells and dewdrops. The path led her past babbling brooks and fluttering butterflies. The wind giggled again, rustling the reeds. Go where the petals dance in the light. Janet's eyes sparkled. She sniffed the air and veered left toward the sunny glen. In the glen, towering sunflowers swayed like dancers in the wind. Janet stood still. Something shimmered between the stalks, a golden feather. She picked it up gently, feeling it tingle with magic. The breeze picked up, playfully tugging her ears, and carried her a song. Feathers and fur, winds that stir, the truth lies near the mossy burr. Janet dashed forward, past the glen, leaping over mossy stones. She arrived at the ancient moss burr tree, known for its thick, fuzzy bark. The wind slowed, almost holding its breaths. Janet circled the tree and noticed a small hollow near its roots, glowing faintly. Inside the hollow sat a tiny wind chime, made of acorns and spider silk, chiming without a breeze. Janet gently nudged it. Suddenly, a swirl of air spiraled out, forming shapes. Animals made of wind! The wind animals danced and whispered. Janet, the listener, you have heard our call. We need your help. The whispering wind is fading, and only a true listener can follow it to its source. Janet wagged her tail solemnly. She barked once, her pledge to help. The wind animals bowed and vanished, leaving a trail of glimmering breeze leading deeper into the forest. Following the shimmering trail, Janet climbed over tangled roots and ducked under vines. The deeper she went, the quieter the forest became, until all she could hear was her heartbeat and the hush of distant air. At a clearing, she found a silent windstone, a giant smooth rock carved with ancient symbols. A soft hum pulsed from it. Janet placed the golden feather on its surface, and the stone began to glow. A voice rose from the stone, gentle and ancient. Janet, kind one, the winds sleep. They need a new keeper to awaken their paths. Will you accept this role? Janet gave a firm, brave bark in reply. The stone shone brightly, and a swirl of light enveloped Janet. She felt warmth, joy, and the tickle of 1,000 breezes. Her fur fluttered, as if kissed by every wind from every corner of the world. When the light faded, Janet stood transformed, not in body, but in heart. She could now hear every whisper of the wind clearly, from the gentlest breeze to the boldest gust. She was the wind listener. The forest sighed with relief. Leaves shimmered, and petals spun like tiny dancers. Janet turned, knowing her journey had changed everything. The winds were safe, and she would protect them. Janet returned to Maple Hollow, the golden feather now nestled in her explorer's pouch. The wind welcomed her with a swirl of joy, tossing leaves and petals around her like confetti. Each day after, she would sit by the old oak and listen, not just for mysteries, but for the stories of the wind. Birds, animals, and breezes all came to her, whispering secrets only she could hear. She became known throughout the forest as the keeper of breezes, the one who brought calm when storms threatened and laughter when the air grew still. And though Janet still loved her biscuits and squeaky pebble, she now carried a greater treasure, an unbreakable bond with the winds of the world. One twilight, the wind carried her a new message. Beyond the hollow, skies swirled in sorrow. Janet stood, ready. Her journey might be over for now, but the wind's stories never ended. With her pouch snug and ears high, she trotted into the twilight, the wind at her heels and a song in her heart. Behind her, Maple Hollow twinkled under the stars, proud of their brave listener, Janet the dog, who answered the call of the wind. And somewhere, far beyond the hills, a new breeze began to stir, waiting for Janet to hear it next.